All right. Oh, looks like my camera's backwards. You guys got a great view of my light. Okay. Sorry. All right, guys. Well, it's Michelle. It's my turn to show you guys some blending patterns. What I'm going to be showing off now is called what I like to call Peacock Blending. I'm going to do the first installment using our regular unicorn SPiT, which we have Purple Hill Majesty, we have Dragon's Belly, and Blue Thunder. We will be using a lot of water for this, and we are going to be using unicorn SPiT as stain or dye or however you want to see it. So let's get started with the colors that we're going to use. We're going to need our Blue Thunder. I'm going to give myself a little droplet of that. And I want you guys to think about it. This is my pinky finger and this is my thumb. So I'm getting about, I would say like a lima bean size of that there. I'm also going to keep them a little bit separated. Oh, my green is, do I have an open green? I think that was my last one. I've been working on that giant peacock outside. And so I got it open. We're good.
Crush.
There we go.
I found one that's
add a
open.
little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be adding our Purple Hill. And again, I think this one's going to be closed. Nope, it's open. We used a lot of it on our peacock that we're building or painting on the privacy fence. So we got all three of our colors there. Pam and Carla are going to take photographs of my steps. And so let's get started here so that we can get to rocking and rolling for you guys. So I'm gonna get my angle set up here with my camera. It's just been so difficult here to get a square photo, which is so weird to me because we're in square. Just can't figure out how come it keeps.
It's the angle, I think.
I don't know, but even if I change the angle, it still comes. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna give you guys a second to go ahead and tune in while I get started. So, man, I had it lined up so good for Carla's. It was like effortless.
That was me.
It was. Okay, so we're gonna just do it we're gonna do it sideways here for you guys. That gives you guys a good idea. All right, so the first thing that we like to do is always mist our wood with some water because this opens the grain of the wood. I guess I should have put a new sheet down. That's why we got some pink on there. This opens the pores of the wood and allows it to be ready. It's kind of like washing your face. You know how you steam your face to open the pores? Water does that. So we're going to be doing the same thing there for that. So I'm going to try to fix my light real quick. I see my camera is casting a shadow. Bring that over a little bit. That should help. All right, so here we go, folks. We are going to now do our peacock blending. Here's my colors we're going to use. I'm just going to leave these in this corner. And I am going to use the brushes I just washed. I set them down. Oh, here they are. These are them.
Got them all ready for you. Dried them
Whoop,
off.
whoop, whoop. All right.
We have to
So-
get some of those things.
Yeah, those things are awesome. All right. I'm going to start by, again, making sure my surface is nice and damp. And I'm going to dilute as I go rather than pre-dilute like I normally do. And I'm going to start with my green color. I'm just going to load it up in my brush, just the tips of it. My brush is also wet. That's very important to know. And I'm just going to streak, 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 just to give myself a guideline of the staggering. So, and I want it to be light at first. I can always enrich it later. But I'm gonna get that subtle color in first. That way I have just a little bit of a guide of where I'm going to be going with this. Come back with a little bit more green and make it a little stronger. But I'm not going to bring it all the way to the edge. And if I feel like I went too far, all I have to do is mist my paper towel with a little water and easily erase what I've done. So it's always good to start out light, because then you have the opportunity to come back and fix those little errors that you do. So I'm going to drag this back all the way to that edge. I like how this one's going, but I wanted it to fade out a little bit more. And I'm going to drag this green out. Nice and strong, bright green against that yellow wood. It makes the
Stop.
green like,
Gosh.
all right, ready? Did you get it? Okay. All right. Let's go right along there like this. And then I'm gonna blend with whatever's left over in my brush to make a gradient.
That's what she's trying to tell me. So, she couldn't come up with the right words, huh?
Well, no, I mean, now I get it. Otherwise, she should have gone first. You should have gone first.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, because if I would have went first, all of them would have turned out the same. All right, and I'm just using whatever's left over in my brush here
Green is
to bring that green
They all
out.
are really
See,
concentrated.
because they come out nice and. There you go.
Instead of when my kids were filming, instead of when my camera, it was. I'm gonna get this.
Go.
You did you.
You do you. I like that.
All right. I know it looks like a mess now, but work with me here.
I think it's pretty, right? Like that.
These are little hints. Again, I'm just using the leftover that's in my brush. And it's okay that this one ran over all the way to the other side. But I am going to come in and just make this a little deeper here and just add it just a little bit more concentrated. All right. I think that looks pretty good. All right, now I'm going to take this brush that I did the green with. I'm going to set it down in my water. I'm going to come back with another brush. Now this is wet first, of course. It helps you dilute as you go. And I'm just going to come around and I'm going to pick up some of my blue, because blue and green, they like each other. So I'm going to get just a little bit of blue on my tip of my brush, just a tad bit. I can always add more.
In these challenging times, it's
And I'm just going to come right next door to it.
market trends and possible growth. Where are the opportunities? Is the approach I had before COVID still right today? JP Morgan private bank specialists are sharing their best
Just start blending. I want that blue to be really stout right here, and then taper off. And then I'm going to take that blue and blend it over that green. That gives me that pretty teal. So, and then I'm going to take whatever's left over on my brush again and just kind of work that in. I went too far on this blue maybe, so I'm just going to back some of it off. All right. Wet my brush one more time, just dipping just the tips into the water. Getting the unicorn spit on my tips of my brush. And I'm going to get my line steady where I want it. The strongest. I think I really like those little short thin ones. I didn't think I'd like them, but I do.
Mm-hmm. And it's stiff, so it's easy to.
Control.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So So I got this as bright as I want it. I'm gonna come around on the green side again, because green and purple don't mix together. They can, but you're gonna get like a brown. I'm gonna try to avoid brown in the peacock, even though peacocks do have some brown in them. And I'm just gonna wipe my brush off and use my brush to sop off to blend. And I can make this more vibrant, but again, right now, I'm just putting my base tones down. So a little bit of water on my brush one more time, loading up the very, very tippy hairs of my brush with SPiT. And bring that in right here. Bring this back in here. I've already decided that this needs to be a deeper shade of blue. I do the same here. You're done and they're reloading.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Sounds like one of those coin machines.
All right, we're
Oh,
gonna
you got a
leave
slot
little
machine in there.
space. Yeah, it's a slot machine. Don's winning on the slots against himself. House always wins. All right, I'm just taking off what I'm using.
I'm really brave to sit here while she's using that blue.
You are.
Lay it on you?
I'm gonna fling it right on you.
Not the first time that's happened.
There's nothing she doesn't do to herself, though.
Right? What's wrong with it? I do it to myself every day.
Just me and that blue have a love-hate relationship.
It always spills on her.
It does.
I love it because I like to wipe my face or something and not know it, and you know, go to the store, whatever, come home and go, okay, it looks like I have a black eye or
Oh,
something.
my dry. See how it didn't blend real well here? That means
It's dry.
it needs a little bit of water. And that makes that blending just
The
seamless.
orange and pink's my favorite. Did I see that? That's my favorite.
I like to do my soul colors. I like to do colors that that I'm really familiar with, and that was one of my issues with promoting Unicorn SPiT, is that I'm always using the peacock colors. That's why I thought it was important to have you girls do
Rainbow.
rainbow. Have you girls do the sunset, because I
You shared it on Facebook?
oh, it's just so hard for me to use those colors.
I did.
Because it's not hard for me. Once I use them, I like it. It's just that my first thought's always peacock.
Somebody did.
All right, now I'm coming through and I'm doing a blend. Taking my brush,
Did you come up?
I'm just rubbing it across that wood. Okay.
Serious?
All right, I like how it is. And as you can see, I have some areas that are blank. Just here and there. I'm gonna take that same blue brush and I'm just going to wet it significantly. There. And I'm just gonna wring it out. Okay. Now this brush is not dripping wet, but it's damp. And I'm gonna come in with some of the Purple Hill Majesty. Again, just little bits on just the tips of my brush. All right. And here we go. I'm gonna dip it one more time in my water. And I'm going to do a little blending of it because it is such a strong color. I want to see what kind of control I'm going to have. I'm going to start in one of my lightest areas here.
Is that who she deleted?
I'm going to grab some water from my container and I'm going to add it right here into my dish. That way I can richen it up as I go. Ooh, I hate getting, I need to be careful. See how I got that green? Oh, just gonna wipe it back using a dry brush. And I'm gonna try my hardest not to do that again.
Oh, the purple and green.
I don't like it when purple and green touch each other. I just have to be a little bit more careful with my design here.
It's gonna hold the music. See who was on.
Yeah.
All right, did you get a picture of when I put all the different colors on? Did you forget? I forgot to remind you. I get so into it, I can't remember what I'm doing. Terrible fate.
That ADD gets me every time. Like, oh, what was I doing?
What was I doing? Wait, what?
Pretty colors.
Can you do that one again?
Alright, stop the brush again somewhere and I'll do that. Okay.
All right.
That's good. Probably stand up.
I can't remember if I moved. It was cute, but
He's like, hey,
yeah,
you remember
obviously
I'm
do
out
not
here?
know I'm out here.
See, that music sounds warbly.
It does.
That is so pretty.
Wait till I do it with the sparkling. Oh my gosh.
I really like, I mean, no, for this purpose, I like to do the sparkling over the original. The same
Mhm.
It's really pretty. Layered up.
I like to do the purple last because it's such a strong color. And I'm going to take the purple all around
Oh, whiskey.
and do the little pull-ups on it.
How do you friend all
I didn't know they were supposed to stay out there or not.
Well, the boys put them out there, and they left.
Yeah, they got tired of dealing with her. All right, now I'm going to mix a little bit of the blue and the purple together and get like a unique shade. Maybe a little bit more purple. So what I'm going to do is just add that purple right to my brush because I know exactly how much I need and I don't want to waste. Okay, so wet my brush, bring it over here, do a little mop. And I'm just going to drag my brush across.
That's pretty.
Ooh, that is pretty.
Oh, nifty.
There you go. That's it.
See, Yeah, I like those bigger brushes for the blending part.
Mm-hmm. It really helps a lot with the blending part. Get a bit more blue over here. This purple's a little bit stark for me.
Get the light behind just right, and it looks almost sparkly.
All right, that's it for the blending. Come in here with a little bit of water. I would like this area here to be bolter blue a little stronger.
That is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I'm talking about
We're talking about you, John.
That's why he came out.
I heard my name.
He heard.
I
It's,
heard somebody say gorgeous. I was like, you
it.
ready?
What do you need?
that's it. All right.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
It's super pretty. Let's dry her off, and then I'll do sparkling on the other side
Sorry,
here.
Carly, did I get in your way?
I don't know.
Trying to do double duty here. Really like these.
I love those brushes too.
Let's give me comments.
Okay guys, we are done blow drying our surface. I just want to give you guys a nice close-up of the beautiful peacock blend that we did here. Super gorgeous. Now we're going to flip her over. Sorry about that. And we are going to do peacock blending in sparkling. So for this, we're going to be using the Lavish Lovebirds, the Starling or Sapphire Swift, and the Violet Vulture. All right. Make sure you always take the pictures horizontal. Ready?
There we go.
Now, if you see my board, some of it did smear to the opposite side. It's gonna be okay, because all you do when that happens is you get a clean brush that has no color in it. You wet your wood, concentrating in those areas in which the color did go around where you didn't want it to. Okay. Let it soak for just a second. Take a clean paper towel and just take up as much as you can. Sometimes you can get more, sometimes it's less. We're gonna be blending the same colors over, so I'm not too overly concerned about it. So here we go. I'm just gonna go over that surface now with the water, which is nice because it's already opened the pore anyway of the wood. I'm gonna go ahead and dampen it one more time. And then I'm gonna come in with the brushes that I used earlier. And again, we are going to start with the green. So this is the brush I used for green. I'm just gonna squeeze out the water and get as much of it out as possible. I'm gonna get myself a fresh paint palette real quick, which is so handy. I love this green box. Okay, so with any of the SPARKLiNG and anything that has suspended sparklings in it, particles will fall to the bottom. It's just part of gravity. It's part of nature. I like to turn mine upside down and give them a shake. Lots of people like to put a small round BB in the bottom as well, just like fingernail polish, that, you know, it helps it get stirred up. So if you listen, I keep one in mine. So there's a nice little tip for you guys. I like to turn them upside down when I shake. All right, you can see how it's suspended all of that holographic goodness right in there. All right, so here we go. We are gonna first do our Lavish Lovebirds. We're gonna do our Violet Vulture. And then we're gonna come in with our Sapphire Swift. God, it's such a beautiful
It is.
palette. Look at that. You guys see those sparkles and shines? Gosh. These are my soul colors. Okay, let's get started. Again, I'm gonna start with the Lavish Lovebird that you see here with my small green brush that I just had in my hand and probably have on my lap. Nope. Where did I put you? I had you and then you fell or something. I just squeezed it out. Did you guys not see that?
Yes, it is.
You had that was stuck to this
Oh,
brush.
You're sitting on it.
I was sitting on it. Ta-da! All right. So again, we're going to start the same way that we did before. I'm just going to load my brush up with some of this holographic goodness that you can see on my brush. You guys see that? Isn't that just fabulous? All right. And again, oh, yeah, okay. Following the wood grain pattern, just going to get my stripes into motion here. Load up again, and as I said, I like to use the SPARKLiNG straight. Some people don't, some people do, but for me, I love it. Again, that green just gives me a base idea of where I want those colors to be. And we're just gonna blend it in. Starting strong and pulling it out to a fade. starting strong on the edges. Whoop. And then pulling out to a fade.
Might be kind of cool at the swimming pool today.
You want to go to the swimming pool?
No, I said it might be kind of cool there, like chilly.
Well, you don't think it'd be cool?
I'm not going, but
You have your own swimming pool. We have a community swimming pool. We all had to sign waivers to participate in the pool this year.
really?
Mm-hmm. Because of the COVID.
Oh yeah.
All right, same way I did last time, taking whatever's left over in my brush. We're just going to blend that out.
Oh, that's a pretty color too.
Mm-hmm.
The Lavish has this mica in it that is just,
To die for.
it's really, really blingy.
Every time I'm like, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. No, this is really my favorite.
All right, now we can come in and add more green. Right now I've already used, I would say like 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm gonna save my green brush, but I'm not going to put it in the water as I would with regular unicorn spit because I wanna keep it full strength. All right, now I'm gonna come in with my blue brush that I had resting in water that had the Blue Thunder in it. You can see how strong that Blue Thunder is. I'm just gonna give it a little squeeze off. There we go. Oh, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get my Sapphire Swift. Load her up on my brush. You guys can see this one. It is so beautiful. That holographic sign, bit of it. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna take that. I think I'm gonna start over here with it. Oop, I lost most of it off my brush. And come over here with a stripe of it. Here with a stripe of it. Remember, I'm just putting my road map down right now. Nice little stripe of it. Nice little stripe of it there. Here. 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 And here. All right, so there's my road map of my blending. Let's go ahead and start working that in around that green. And then lightly drag my brush. Now I can use the purple over the blue with no problem, but it's the green over the purple that gives me an issue. I'm using a much larger brush, so it does tend to suck up more. So I'm gonna be giving myself another teaspoon of loveliness here.
How much money would you like to save?
I don't know. How much money would I like to save?
How about 40%?
40%?
Safe drivers can save 40%.
$1.99, are you out of your mind?
Driving safe. That's right, 40% just by driving safe.
All right.
Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote today and see just how much you can save when you drive safe with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Savings vary based on
A little bit more blue on my brush here.
Your brush, please.
Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows. So
Now we can punch these colors up, but remember we're just, right now, we're just kind of getting our roadmap in.
That financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
That's really pretty.
And MLS number 3030.
You love listening to your favorite artists. And
Go
we
ahead and
love
blend that
listening
out.
to you.
Get that
So
nice,
let's talk.
even
Click now to take part in our short survey.
turquoise and blue, or blue and green make a beautiful turquoise.
Spotify Premium.
A little bit more blue here.
Favorite artists, ad free. Sound good? Then all you need to do is hit the banner now for your chance to win.
I like her sling fingers a little bit.
Never trust an artist with clean hands.
Never trust an artist with clean hands. Never trust a skinny cook.
Exactly.
Never trust an artist with clean hands. Or a mechanic.
Yeah. I didn't even have to be painted. I could just walk through the room.
I'm gonna move my bucket over. That's just an accident waiting to happen for me. I like this royalty-free music station. I think it's pretty, you know,
Pretty mellow.
pretty mellow. And it's something that I hadn't heard before. I like that. Something new and exciting. I don't know.
So you just sit up like a
Well, one of
website?
my videos got taken off of YouTube because I guess they thought that
I guess that
it was Dawn in his room and the other room was playing Post Malone with the door closed.
And
You
probably
couldn't
didn't
even hear it. I don't think anybody could hear
I think
it.
it was a computer
But
that probably picked it up.
They
and-
attacked it and I was like, all right, I'll take it down. All right, now I'm gonna be taking that same brush that I did the blue with and I'm just going to squeeze out the blue. Okay. And I'm going to pick up some of our Violet Vulture. And you guys can see this on the brush. It is really pretty. Okay, ready? Now we're gonna put that into these areas here. Just letting that base color kind of strike in. I know it looks hokey right now, but you gotta give it a chance to absorb into that wood. A little bit more. It's not going to take much of this color. Okay, here we go. Here goes our blend. Load up with some more. But I'm going to take my fingers and just kind of work it into the brush so that it doesn't gloop out.
Gloop out, that's a technical term?
Yep, I don't want a gloop.
I have heard that.
Let's avoid the gloop because we're just kind of
Don't get so fancy.
dragging.
The words.
Go.
Oh, the purple really.
And it'll go over that green without a big hesitation as long as you do it very lightly. And I'm just going to work it into that brush. Get a little bit more purple.
You're not bothering me about doing my hair.
I'm going to do
Sorry.
is just get a little bit of the purple.
I'm gonna get these on
I'm going to put it right on the edge of my brush.
without the shadow.
There we go.
This would take
And
900
take my
pictures.
finger and work it into those tips,
Yeah, she's trusting me on this.
front and back.
Remember when we used to have to have it developed before we knew if it was any good?
Yeah.
That was
And
expensive.
we're going to drag.
So we have so many credits.
Someone really sucked it up there.
It's so pretty.
A sliver more, I think I'm gonna need. Remember to do front and back, because you're gonna be using your brush going this way, flip, pull it. Always start at the blue. Let it run out over the green. All right, just like we did the front, we're gonna take that purple. Again, we're gonna load our brush right on the tip there and work it in. Turn it over, work it in there. That's why I like it to be more of a gel. Sure, we could have made this super liquid, but it would have dripped all out. So we're just gonna take it around the edges here. A little bit more.
I love Sapphire Swift and Violet Ultra mixed together.
Oh, I know. It makes like this
Indigo
real
violet or
dazzling color.
it's one of my favorites.
And I'm just gonna rub my finger on the edges. Remember, I am applying always following the wood grain pattern. That's it. Let's go ahead and dry this out, and I want you guys to see this sparkle. I'm gonna get a small extension cord for you, Carla.
Alright.
So we're not stretching it so far. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute you real quick because of course you don't want to hear this blazing. You guys can watch it dry.
Watch me. It's more fun when it's spit.
All right, guys, she's done. Let me go ahead and show you guys this holographic style. Is that beautiful or what?
So pretty.
So hard to capture.
Did you unmute it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So they can hear the cool music in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that.
You can almost hear the sparkle.
Bling, 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 bling.
Adeline wants to know what the colors are again that you used.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bring my camera up and show you guys what colors I used. I used Violet Vulture. I used Lavish Lovebirds. And Sapphire Swift.
They're slippery little suckers.
They are slippery. So those are the 3 colors for this. And man, these colors here just make everything amazing. And these are the SPARKLiNG. Now let's go ahead and compare the SPARKLiNG side to the regular side, which is also beautiful for those who want that color but don't want the glitz.
You wanna recap those
I
colors?
love it.
Both sides are just equally pretty.
They really are. All right, here come the colors that we used for this one. They are Blue Thunder, Purple Hill Majesty, and Dragon's Belly. So that's that side. So no matter which way you flip it, you can go sparkling like this. It's just grand, or you can go
I couldn't tell you which is
more
my
matte
favorite.
side. I know, it's so hard. How can you choose? It's hard. Well, thanks you guys for joining me today with our blending. I'm going to give you a quick view of all the different colors that we've done in today's lives. We have, where'd they all go, girls? Oh, okay. All right, we have the Peacock Blending. We have the Sunset Blending. We did that in both regular and SPARKLiNG. They beautiful. And then we have our Rainbow Blending as well. Hold on one second. We also did our Rainbow Blending, which is really beautiful. If you guys want to tune back in, Carla is going to do the Rainbow Blending on this side of the plywood using the primary in the SPARKLiNG, which will be the Golden Gosling, the Dolly Firebird, which is named after my mama, and Sapphire Swift. So we'll see you guys here soon. We're all gonna take a little break, and thank you for joining us with Let's Blend. And until we see you again, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.